So on this next question, I want to include a little graph here. It goes to 20. I've typed it up over here, and I use this program called GeoGebra. You can use Desmos or whichever geometry, Sketchpad, or whichever one you feel comfortable with, but I decided to use GeoGebra. I got 0 to 20. I like this one because I can make a copy of this. So let's make a copy of it right now. So I can go here, and I can export image, which is really neat. So I can export an image of this particular graph, and then I can just download the image. So it downloads it here as a PNG, and it's probably under my downloads, but we can show it in the folder. And let's see, there it is here. Now I'm going to bring that image into Word. So we're going to bring it in. Let's see if I can just copy it. Not sure if I can. I'm going to hit copy, and I'm going to go into Word here, and let's see if I can paste it. If not, there it is. There's my image. So far I've created an image here. Now, if I don't like the way it looks, I can now double click on it here, and I can use this crop here, and I can make this smaller if I wanted to, but I kind of like that x-axis, so I probably won't, but I might be able to make this a little bit smaller here, just to show that it goes up to there, but I do like that arrow here on the x-axis. I could have made that smaller as well. I can add a text box, so I can put a nice title on here. So here I can I could make it a little bit smaller here and add some titles. I can move it around. If I switch here, if I switch this to under, behind, or in front of text, I'll go behind text. I'll move that all the way there, but I can always move it wherever I want. So I'm going to go to the next page and just put this down here. Okay, now I'm going to add a title for this. So in here, I'm going to insert a box. So shape, insert shape, a text box. And I'm going to say bridge, maybe here, just so the kids know this is my bridge. And I could make this bigger. I can highlight home, make it slightly bigger here. Make this text box bigger. Keep it nice and simple. And then I can copy this text box and paste it down here so it's the same height. I can paste it there, and I can also paste another one. And then down here, this is the length of the bridge. So over here we got length in meters, and over here we've got height, also in meters. And it's hard to see, but we can adjust that. Space, I could actually hit enter and space it and move that over here. I can move the whole thing over. There's my length, my height, and I've got this nice diagram labeled, which I'm going to use in a question. Okay, so now I've got all this done. I'm going to put it into a question. So I'll hit enter a few times. So how do I do that? I now hit print screen again. So make sure this mouse is out of the way. I hit print screen. I go over to the same place. Here, I go new. Now I don't save. Right click, paste. Okay, crop this. So I crop my nice little diagram I created. And I am done. There's my diagram, and then I save it. So I go menu here, save as, image, and this particular one is number 3. So save it as 3. And I'll go back over here to my quiz, Quadratics Quiz 2. I'm going to add another question. Okay, I'm going to insert the image. So browse. And we got to go find the picture. So still under the pictures, you got to go to quad 2, and it's number 3 here. So there's my diagram here, and I can say the following models a bridge. You can say what is the following parabola. The following parabola is graphed and it models a bridge. Or quadratic was graphed. and it models a bridge. And then I can go, what is the width of the bridge? Okay, and I can give several options. So the width, I can say maybe 5 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters, and 20 meters. And then again, required question over here, answer key. Make it 1 point value. The correct answer is this one, and I'm done. Now, let's say I want to use this diagram again. So I can just duplicate this. So look, I can duplicate the question here. Okay, and this time I'll change the following quadratic. The following quadratic was graphed. Sorry. The following quadratic graph. Following quadratic graph models a bridge. So I should have used that instead. We'll fix it up on top. So we'll fix it in 1 second. We just cut and paste this. Copy this, and I'll fix it up here. Part of my grammar. And we'll fix it up here. And I can say, what is the maximum height now of the bridge? What is the maximum height of the bridge? Question mark. And we can leave the same answers. This time we're going to just change the answer key. So it's 1 point. This time it's 5 meters high. We can leave all those other answers and we're done. And there's 4 questions so far. So I will finish this off and I'll return. So I'll probably add a few more questions. If I see something interesting, I will again add it to the video. So I've got 8 questions. It says total points 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now be careful if you don't have the right amount of points. Okay, sometimes one of these questions, and this happens to me quite often, so sometimes when in the answer key, you forget to change the point value here. So you forget here you might have 0 points, and then when you go to the top, oh, there's only 7. So be very careful there. Make sure you have the right point value. And I'm done here. I also like to go and check and make sure that they're all required so the kids do them all. Sometimes I miss it. See, I missed that one. So make sure they're all required. That's required. Make sure they're required so the kids actually do them. I think that helps the kids out. Okay, and I'll just check that one. I believe they're all required. Okay, so I've got my total. I've got quadratics quiz 2, quadratics quiz 2. I finished it. Okay, go back here. Okay, so it says here that it's blank, but it's actually not a blank. If you were to refresh, let's see if this works. It should put quadratics quiz 2. Oh, it didn't. So, oh, there it is, quadratics quiz 2. You just edit, it's on the draft. So I refreshed. I guess it's been a while, just edit it. Quadratics quiz 2. It will change this to quadratics quiz 2, so you don't have to worry. Now, points. 8. You match this up. It's out of 8. My category, so I have a quiz category, so I have a certain weight for the quizzes. So if you don't know, I can show you how to do that. There's certain weights for my quizzes. I only have 2 categories. I either have the worksheets, which I give the kids, or the quizzes, and that helps me calculate the marks or the grade for them. The due date, so I go here, I pick a due date. Let's say this one's due Friday next week at 8 p.m. I used to put midnight, but the kids would stay up late, so I switched to 8 p.m. and it seems to have worked. Some of the kids don't stay up so late to do them. Okay, topic. So my topic here, and this just helps me to organize. More quadratics, no rubric, and here I do not assign right away. So what I do here is I want to assign this one on Monday, so I schedule it. So I go schedule, and I change it here. Oh, it's already June 1st, 8 a.m. Maybe I'll put this one at 8:05 because I have some other things at 8 a.m. or 8:10. It doesn't really matter. I schedule to appear on Monday morning. So this quiz will appear Monday morning, and I might edit it. I may still come back. So I've got 3 items already going for Monday. So scheduled for Monday. And the one's at 8. I could switch the time. But if I wanted to change anything, I can go edit here. Okay, and I can change it. It does have that quadratic squiz too. Don't put this lock mode on Chromebooks. I think that's when you do the Chromebooks. Okay, and hopefully this is on, the grade importing's on, so later you can import the grades. And we'll schedule it here. So after the quiz is done and the kids have written it, okay, here there'll be an import grades box. So you'll hit like student work, you go into the student work and import grades, and you can import all the grades, and the grades will all appear over on the side. I don't want to show the student names, but they'll appear under the student names just by clicking on that box.